Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about SARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. SARC, what is SARC? SARC is a group of South Asian countries. Which South Asian countries? They are eight in number. India, Pakistan, Afghanistan being its newest member in 2007, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Maldives. SARC has its consulate in Kathmandu, which is in Nepal. SARC was formed in 1985 after seeing the success of ASEAN. So, why do we have these groupings? Why do countries group themselves like SARC, NATO, European Union, and Shanghai Cooperation, and even UNO? Why do countries group themselves? Because they want to have a comprehensive partnership in many fields like trade. The aim of SARC was to exclusively give these countries the trade benefits in themselves when they trade with each other. So, is it successful? I don't think so. Because India, being its biggest member, being its largest member, has been unable to play a role, or we can say it is not. India has not shown very keen interest in playing a key role in SARC. If we see that the GDP, that the sum of the GDP of all the seven countries combined, is even less than India's GDP as whole. So India must have played a big brother role, but it has not. I won't say that it is unable, but it have not shown the keen interest in the regionalization. The South Asian countries are very exclusive because they are very exclusive from rest of the world because they are different, and as there has been a lot of political instability in SARC countries, excluding India. Like Pakistan have many military takeovers, and we have seen in we have seen in Bangladesh, and we have seen in Sri Lanka that recently we have seen in Sri Lanka that the economy collapsed, and they were just asking the world for the food stock. And Maldives don't have much political stability. A lot of protests are going on there. So there's a lot of political instability in these countries, and therefore it is very essential for them to combine, to stand together and enjoy the trade benefits within each other. As we saw that there's some kind of failure in SARC. Why are there what are the challenges in front of SARC? Number one challenge, and the biggest challenge, because um, as India sees SARC as SARC minus Pakistan. India Pakistan rivalry has been the greatest threat to this, has been the greatest challenge against this cooperation. As India and Pakistan are not having trade for a long time now, for maybe last 2 years, when India announced Article 370 to reject it from its constitution. Thereafter, Pakistan, uh, I don't know why, there might be some political agendas of Pakistan behind it, but they just refuse to trade with India, and that is not good at all for the regional stability and the globalization. So India Park rivalry has been the greatest challenge against the formation and the working of SARC. Second is the unanimity clause in second is the unanimity. Okay, second is the unanimity clause of SARC. That means that if one country disagree on a particular mm, that if one country disagree on a particular mm, topic, then then it will be not approved by SARC, even if the other seven countries agree to it. Second, and the third is the border time and maritime issues. Between the SARC countries, there are many border time and maritime issues, as we see even in India, even about India. India have disputes about border with Pakistan, as we all know. We have dispute with Nepal. We have some disputes with um, Bangladesh also about some islands over there, and of course the maritime disputes over Sri Lanka and the and the fishermen people getting caught there, and their fishermen getting caught here. We all are aware about that, and that itself works as a speed breaker with the cooperation between these countries. And now a biggest emerging threat is China. If we exclude India and Bhutan, then all other six countries are kind of part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, and that is the thing that India does not like. So for that, India is very reluctant to cooperate with these countries, as China is expanding its Belt and Road Initiative very rapidly. So India is not looking forward to cooperate in a very comprehensive manner with these countries. For example, we have seen about the Hambantota port in Sri Lanka that China has almost completely acquired, and the CPEC construction going on in Pakistan, and a lot of loans are provided to Sri Lanka and Pakistan, and even in Maldives. China is also trying to infiltrate in Maldives, and Nepal, as we have seen that in the previous government of Nepal, KP only gave many statements against India, and those I think were politically inspired, but the but the friendship between India and Nepal, which was very long, which was continuing from a very long time, had some dents on it in the term of KP Oli in Nepal, and Nepal has been continuously mm, continuously tilting towards China's policies. Um, so why are these corporations so important? We have to address this also, because as the countries combine, as the countries come together, they can achieve a lot. We have seen it in NATO, we have seen it in European Union, we have seen it in Shanghai Cooperation, and many other. As Quad is also an emerging thing, and AUKUS and all, and etc etc. There are a lot of things, and they are mostly successful, but the SARC has not been very fruitful to all these countries. And there is also one more challenge against this SARC, that is terrorism. India is very reluctant to um, to participate in SARC more comprehensively uh, until Pakistan solves its problems of terrorism and terrorism funding. Indian view about terrorism is very clear then that we don't support any kind of terrorism, but Pakistan is bifurcating in good terrorism and bad terrorism, and that is the thing that India is very considerate to. So all in all, that I believe that the South Asian Association of for Regional Cooperation is very important, and all the countries should look forward it. But I think India should have a policy drift towards and drift from here, and it should rather being so stubborn, it should go and talk to each other, as we saw that India did not participated uh, in the Islamabad in the Islamabad uh, meeting that of SARC that took place in 2019. India did not participated in it, and India is even not looking forward to it, because because India have its own beliefs, own rigid beliefs. Um, so I think India should take this in a very constructive manner, and try to engage more and more there in SARC, because regional stability is very important. Until and unless our neighbors are not very satisfied with us, we don't have a good friendship with our neighbors, then how can we grow with the pace that can boost our economy, and and get India established as a superpower? So we should have a very nice cooperation with our neighbors, that are the countries in SARC, and if the SARC countries combine together, and SARC is becomes a very major group, then it can be a counter for China's Belt and Road Initiative, because most of the countries coming in Belt and Road Initiative are from the SARC. And if Sri Lanka and Pakistan and India and all of us combine, then it can be a very counter. Then it can be a counter for China's Belt and Road Initiative, and for also for its ideas of expansionism. So that was about SARC. Thank you very much.